What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Laidback TV. Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel. You can check it out on laidbacktv.com right on your screen. Boop. So you can see how you can download it on your iPhones, Androids, and your Fire Sticks. Also, give them a shout out on their Instagram at official_laidbacktv, okay? Now, let's get into motherfucking wrestling talk. Ooh. Yo, WrestleMania season is fucking on fire. I'm serious, yo. I thought the shit was gonna hit the fan as soon as the Royal Rumble in Riyadh was done. Nah. Little detours, injuries occurred, and definitely happened even after Elimination Chamber Chicago. But we got less than 3 weeks away from one of the biggest nights, 2 nights of the year in pro wrestling. Okay, it's the fucking mecca of all professional wrestling. It's the Super Bowl of all professional wrestling. And it's WrestleMania 42 going live 2 nights, April 18, April 19 in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Allegiant Stadium. 2 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for that layup, New Orleans. Okay, or New Orleans, whatever. All right, so a lot of shit's happened in the past week. One of those things is the Viper Randy Orton has snapped. They were going to do a contract signing for him and Cody. They are the main event of night one. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, taking on Randy Orton, the Viper, for the undisputed WWE Championship. And what the fuck happened? Randy snapped, listened to the voices, and attacked Cody. Attacked Cody like with no other. Ripped his expensive shirt, split him open with the steps, put his head in between the steps, and literally smashed his head with a fucking chair. You know what I'm saying? Randy has been on a fucking rampage lately. He even attacked Matt Cardona tonight on Smackdown, which is a good friend of him and Cody Rhodes. But what's interesting is that on Raw and SmackDown, he's been talking to somebody on the phone. Looks like we're going to get a surprise at WrestleMania. If that. Unless it's a surprise after WrestleMania. Because a part of me thinks, I know everybody wants Randy Orton to win the main event of WrestleMania. He main evented WrestleMania 25 against Triple H as the challenger, and he defended the Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania 30 against Daniel Bryan and Batista. He lost both matches. Okay? He lost both matches. This will be his third WrestleMania main eventing. His third WrestleMania as a main event. And a lot of people want him to win that match. I personally think it's more important for him to win the 15th championship than it is to win at WrestleMania. Now, in the past, 8 months, it's 1-1 with Cody and Randy. Cody Rhodes defeated him at the King of the Ring. No, it's technically the Crown Jewel, but it was the King of the Ring tournament. And Randy Orton beat him at Elimination Chamber. But I feel like this story is going to continue. It's not going to like just be WrestleMania and that's it. I think this is going to Backlash Tampa, in May. But, a lot of people are talking about who's he talking to. He was on the phone talking, and he said there's more than one royal family, which is the intro to Cody's music. That's the first thing that you hear before Kingdom appears, you know what I mean, on the joint, on the song. So, at first, I thought it would be perfect for KO. Like, even before he was on the phone, I thought KO was probably coming back and to settle the score with Cody by costing him the championship. Last person that Kevin was dealing with was Randy. They were both scheduled. Randy and Kevin Kevin Owens was supposed to face each other at WrestleMania. Kevin went in for neck surgery, and Joe Hendry stepped up to the plate. But when he stated more than one royal family, I really feel like, I don't know why I feel like it makes sense for Ted DiBiase Jr. Okay, I don't get into usually these type of subjects, but Ted DiBiase Jr. was in court, for fraud and so forth. He just got cleared of all charges. He's not guilty. He's cleared. If you're cleared of all fucking charges, seems like you return. Look at Brock Lesnar. He was gone for 2 fucking years. His name was being brought up in a lawsuit with Vince McMahon. When he was cleared, he returned at SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium last year. And it only makes sense. Ted DiBiase does come from a royal pro wrestling family, such as Ted DiBiase Sr., the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, the one who created the $1 Million Championship. It pretty much exits out the possibility of KO. KO is first of his family, first of his kind. It could be Ted DiBiase. Hell, it could even be Lexus King. His dad, Flying Brian Pillman, passed away back in 97. What's stopping Randy Orton from starting Legacy 2.0? I feel like Legacy 2.0 might come into effect, and Ted DiBiase makes sense. He was one of the original members of Legacy. Legacy was Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase, Cody Rhodes, and they faced each other all at WrestleMania once in a triple threat match. It makes sense for Ted to be that guy. Hopefully he's training. I mean, what else could it be? You know what I mean? I mean, it's a royal family. It could be fucking Lexus King. It could be Ted DiBiase Jr. Hell, we can get Curtis Axel, Mr. Perfect's son. Or even fucking David Smith Jr., Davey Boy Smith's son, the British Bulldog. It's somebody who's part of a wrestling family. So we'll see. Let me see. Drew McIntyre quits, comes back, attacks Jacob Fatu. They've been attacking each other like crazy. They both fell off a fucking balcony. I guess we're getting Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. If we do, yo, that's fucking fire. That's fucking fire. I don't know who you give it to, though. You know what I'm saying? They both had crazy matches at WrestleMania in Las Vegas last year. Drew McIntyre defeated Damian Priest in a Las Vegas street fight. Jacob Fatu defeated LA Knight for the U.S. Championship. I guess with Drew McIntyre going into the films or something like that, we might see Jacob win this one. Who knows? But that'd be dope. I hope that match gets, we can't have that match for SmackDown. We gotta have it for WrestleMania. Let me see. What else? Bella Twins. They got title shot against Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Interference by Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. I mean, some people are saying we might get a triple threat match with Nia, Lash, Charlotte, Alexa, Bella Twins. I don't think it's going to be triple threat. I think we might see more women involved. You know what I'm saying? More women involved. I don't think the Kabuki Warriors, they're busy too much with Io Sky, maybe. But I think we're getting Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I mean, they might get granted their opportunity at WrestleMania. It makes sense. You got to have these stars there. What else we got? Jade Cargill, the WWE Women's Champion, teams up with B-Fab and Michin. The ones who were going at it with Jade is now teaming with Jade and attack Rhea Ripley. I think we got a big six women tag team match coming soon. Who will be there for Rhea is kind of in question. I mean, Io Sky's available. She can always make a trip over there, but what else? Who the hell would be at SmackDown to help Rhea against Jade, Fab, and Michin? That'd be interesting. But I guess we're gonna get it sooner or later. Shout out to Damian Priest and R-Truth, the new WWE Tag Team Champions. That's a great fucking moment. Third match together. Tag team division just got interesting. You know what I'm saying? I know they had their history with Judgment Day and so forth, but yo, that's dope. That's dope. We're gonna see some interesting storylines. They defeated the MFTs, the new tag team champions. I wonder, now that they're champions, which men's tag team championship is going to be a part of WrestleMania? I mean, personally, I say we can make some room for both. Why not? I mean, you could do a triple threat with MFTs, Wyatt Six, and Priest and Truth. Why not? You know what I mean? I mean, you can't have the Usos out of WrestleMania. Please, get the fuck out of here with that. We need the World Tag Team Champions at WrestleMania as well. What else we got? What else we got? Oh, shout out to Dennis Rodman, the newest member of the WWE Hall of Fame. Holy shit. You know, if you've been a fan of the Drop That podcast, y'all have heard stories about me and Dennis Rodman. We almost got into it like over 15 years ago at a Hard Rock Hollywood in Florida. He's drunk, I'm drunk, you know, and like I said, some accolades, his greatest accolades, you know, being multi-time NBA champion with the Bulls, with the Pistons, I think with the Spurs as well, you know, what was it, his movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was in WCW teaming with Hollywood Hogan. You know, I was going all this shit, and this motherfucker thought I was actually dissing him. I didn't even understand. But, you know, that's great for him. You know what I'm saying? He was a big part in the NWO, you know, with Hall and Nash and Six and Hollywood Hogan and the whole squad, yo. So that's well deserved. Finally in the WWE Hall of Fame. I think that's a better fucking Hall of Fame member than fucking Donald Trump, just saying, you know. But yeah, because he's got matches, he's done matches, he's taken a torture rack by Lex Luger, he's he was in a tag team match with Hogan against DDP and Karl Malone. It was crazy. So shout out to him, you know, big congratulations in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Awesome career that you had with WCW as well. What else we got? What that means? Oh shit. Yeah, how could we fucking miss this? So Seth Rollins speaks. He created the vision. He will be the one to destroy the vision. Paul Heyman came out. Looked like he was fucking jacked up on his face, you know, from that stomp he took a couple weeks back. And we all knew it was going to happen. He was going to get Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? So Brock Lesnar came in. All the masked men from on Seth's squad fucking got manhandled with suplexes, F5, suplexes. I ain't going to fucking lie, yo. There was some fucking bumps in there that Brock was creating that, yo, you could have killed somebody, bro. I don't know how they do it. I think, you know, Brock has leeway to do whatever the fuck he wants and just be that way. But it didn't last too long. He didn't get to attack Seth Rollins because the ruler, Opa Femi answers the call. He answers the challenge. And it's official. He took down Brock Lesnar with a big fucking slam. Holy shit, looked like a powerbomb. Forgot what his move is called, but it's like a pop-up powerbomb. And it's going to be official. It was Brock Lesnar versus Opa Femi, the Beast versus the Ruler at WrestleMania. I guess everybody called for it, and I guess, you know, they answered the call, and it's happening. Okay? AJ Lee defeats Bayley to retain the Intercontinental Championship, but it didn't last long because she was attacked by Becky Lynch. And I guess we're going to get AJ Lee and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. I'm not going to lie. The promos weren't so good with AJ Lee. And the matches, I mean, don't get me wrong. The matches, she's dope. I'm not going to shit on AJ Lee. But with these moves, I felt like there's a hesitant on the timing. You know what I mean? She's with professionals like Becky, like Bayley, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. But I don't know. There's something off, you know, with her timing. But at least we're getting that story all the way to WrestleMania. And I called it. I fucking called it. I said if I get 3 references of Chris Jericho on Monday Night Raw, Jericho's coming back. We already got You Just Made the List on 1 week. The following week, The Learning Tree. And now this fucking week, someone said Inner Circle. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Jericho's coming back. What's next? Code Breaker? Yo, that's crazy. Jericho's coming. It's all about a matter of when. And when he does, I had this conversation with my brother once, and he wants him to have the break the walls down intro and all that shit. I'm like, no, I'm done with that. We've seen it 3 times, multiple times, whatever. I think Judas trumps that shit. We need that. The fans, they sing Cody's music. They sing Randy's music. We need this. Judas coming there, woo, at WrestleMania? Some people say that we might get Gunther open challenge at WrestleMania. What if it's Chris Jericho? Yo, that shit would be fucking insane, bro. That would be insane to get Chris Jericho returning at WrestleMania, since he want to fuck with legends. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope. And now, finally, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, promo round 3. Some people say Roman won. Roman called CM Punk old and made him snap and punch him in the face. I feel like it's really depending. I call it a draw. I think Roman took round 1. Punk took round 2. This is a draw. They both was like, back and forth. You know what I mean? But the old thing, I don't think that was that crazy, because Punk could come back and say, you called me old. You think that was the shit that made me snap? No, it was the fact that I wanted you to see what it was. I wanted to test that theory. If I'm old, an old man knocked you on your ass. Very interesting. Before we get out of here, we're gonna take a little stroll down AEW Revolution. The pay-per-view was this past weekend. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? We had the return of Will Ospreay. We had the return of Cope and Cage, Adam Copeland, and Christian Cage, taking out FTR. Looks like they're going to get a shot at the AEW Tag Team Championships at AEW Dynasty. And Ronda's in AEW. I mean, some people are shocked. I'm not, really. I'm just kind of like, you're going to be on Netflix, you know, with your fight, but you're now on HBO Max with AEW. I mean, if you guys were paying attention, she was doing like dark matches with Ring of Honor. Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor, so doesn't shock me, but guess we'll see. You know what I'm saying? She's leaving her options open. She's facing Gina Carano May 11th in Into a Dome on Netflix for MVP, and now she's at AEW doing storylines with the Death Riders. It'd be dope. And shout out to MJF and Hangman Adam Page. That was the match of the fucking night. That Texas Death match. MJF pulled it off. No one's on the level of the Devil. That was a fire-ass match. I hope they all heal up and get back in there and do their things. But still AEW World Champion MJF, Maxwell, Jacob, Freeman. He's better than you, and you fucking know it. But this is Eddie Jackson. This is the Drop That Podcast. Make sure you hit that sub button, like. Y'all already know what the fuck to do. Comment what y'all think and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to see who y'all think is on the phone with Randy Orton, and I want to see if you think Chris Jericho's coming back with 3 references to Chris Jericho already that appeared in the last few weeks. All right? I'm your boy D Jax. Y'all be cool. All right? Peace.